Well, hey, Ben, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, I know it's been a minute. I know it's been some time, honey. But let's go ahead and get into FBOY Island. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. So first things first, y'all know Casey had returned to the island in like what, episode 7. He came back to the island. He surprised Miss CJ. Miss CJ was so happy. You could tell she was pretty much damn near in love with the man. Okay, so she really felt the way all tingly inside because he ran away and escaped from FBOY Island to get back to her. Okay, so he entered the competition as if he never left, which I actually kind of feel like really ain't fair, but I guess it has to be fair considering the fact that she did not necessarily eliminate him, and he, I guess, felt like he was I don't know, revitalized. I can't even think of the best term for him. Okay, he just feel like he's a renewed person, and he's no longer an FBOY. Okay, so he decided to come on back to the island, and when he came back, New Jared was not impressed at all. New Jared was actually pressed. He was feeling some kind of way about the fact that Casey was able to come back to the island. So, you know, they had an exchange of words or whatever. While Miss CJ was on a date with Casey, you know, they had an exchange of words. Jared called Casey out for clowning CJ at the elimination, which he did. Okay, she didn't even choose to eliminate you. Yeah, she put you on the chopping block, but she did not choose to eliminate you. But you start going off on this lady talking about how she don't deserve nobody else in the villa. Okay, on the island, she don't deserve nobody. But then you the main one running back to get back to her. Child, we can't make it up. Okay. What else happened? Casey calls him out for being over here with NAKIA, all in NAKIA face when he first got here, and now he over here trying to see what Miss TJ about. I was like, oh, honey. Okay, Jerry gets real quiet when he heard that. I said, I bet you did get quiet, boo. Hilarious. Now, NAKIA is on a date with OG Jared and Fernando. Fernando up there massaging Miss NAKIA. OG Jared wants him to take a break so he can have a conversation with NAKIA. I cannot motherfucking stand OG Jared. I cannot stand this guy, and I do not understand why he made it all the way to the end and he got the position that he got with her. That irritated me. I feel like whatever she gets with him, she deserves, because it was humbug. All right, so during the first round of eliminations, I think they only eliminated one person, which happened to be Greg or whatever, so he ended up going on by his way. We figured that. I figured it was gonna honestly be Fernando or Greg, but considering the fact that NAKIA didn't really have a whole lot of nice guys left, she had to keep Fernando there in the running, okay, by default. So then Colin exposes himself to NAKIA. He tells her, like, I want to be vulnerable with you. I want you to know what I've been through, because you're not the only person that's been through things as well. I didn't know my mom. I was living with my grandma. I met my mom when I was in the 4th grade. And I understand where he was coming from, all sentimental and everything. It was nice of him to open up. But I felt like that was an FBOY tactic as well. Although I think Colin was a better match for her than OG Jerry, I felt like that was some FBOY-ness. He knew that it was about to be down to the wire. He knew one of the FBOYs was going to have to go. So he tried to lay it on thick with the emotional thing, because he knows women kind of like get sentimental about that stuff, right? So, and she was a bit sentimental, but it didn't work overall, okay? What else happened? So in the end, when it came down to it, NAKIA had to choose 2 guys to go to the finale. Okay, she only could choose 2 guys to take to the finale, and of course everyone had to pick one nice guy and one FBOY, which again is why I feel like Fernando made it all the way to the end the way that he did. Okay, because I mean, let's be honest, Fernando is not a catch in my opinion. Not physically, you know, maybe on paper he is, but not physically to a lot of women. To some, they okay. You know, they okay with Fernando as he is, but not a lot of women is okay. And when I look at Miss NAKIA, because she was the one judging and picking at that time, I knew he wasn't really her stilo. Okay, but she kept him around, you know, for certain purposes, and we understand. Okay, now when it came down to it, who did she ended up choosing to go to the finale? Fernando and OG Jerry. And I could have picked the TV up and threw it on the ground, because I'm not understanding why. What is it do you see in this cornball OG Jerry, who is a liar and a manipulator? What do you see in this man taking him all the way down to the eye. Now, I get it with Colin. He's an FBOY as well. He may be somewhat of a, you know, maybe he's a manipulator. I haven't seen that from Colin. I did see how he tried to play on her emotions with the vulnerability act that he pulled out. But when she's talking to other guys, he don't start throwing tantrums and acting like a baby and doing all. He doesn't do any of that extra stuff that OG Jared does. And I'm like, girl, these are things you need to pay attention to as you navigate into like the real world. And if OG Jared is going to be your partner, any guy that tries to talk to you, he gonna try and rough him up. He gonna try and put stuff off on you. He's gonna start not believing you when you say you just went to the store. He gonna start thinking that you was with another man and stuff, girl. These are things you need to adhere to. Okay, everybody can see it. And then she gonna ask at the end, is there something about OG Jared that you guys see that I don't? Girl, how you not seeing? You got a front row seat. You see what you want to see. Just like Miss Sarah over there. Let's get to Miss Sarah. Sarah decided to eliminate Welcome because her choices was Gary, Josh, and Welcome. She eliminated Welcome. Girl, that's fine. Okay, you're a dumb too, and I'm glad things ended the way that they did. CJ decided to eliminate Sean. No brainer. When Casey came back, she wasn't giving Sean no play. And the only reason she truthfully gave New Jared play was because New Jared forced his way into her atmosphere. When she's talking to Casey, he'll go and scoop her up. When she's talking to Casey, excuse me, can I get some time? So New Jared had to do what he got to do to create space to get some of that attention off of Casey and onto him. But Sean didn't do that. He was overly respectful of her time. And yeah, it landed him off the island. All right. So then they had a group session. So all the guys are left, right? You got Sean, you got New Jared, you got old Jared, Fernando, you got Garrett and Josh. So it's 6 guys left. So they all do a group session. So they bring the old guys back, all the guys that were eliminated. And what they're supposed to do is spill the secrets, honey. Tell us the tea. Tell us what it is that you know about these guys. And New Jared, when it came down to him, ain't nobody have nothing to say except for his hair. It was like, baby, he just put a little too much, gel or something, too much curl gel in his head. That's all that they had to say. But I do feel like New Jared had some tea on him. What it was, I don't know. But he definitely played his cards right to not let any of that information out while he's amongst these guys. Okay? He saw it for what it was. Casey got called out for having a girlfriend as well and lying about his intentions with CJ. And he tried to make it seem like that was in the beginning or whatever. This boy got so mad that he got up and walked off. If that's not a guilty conscience getting up and walking, then I don't know what is. So, of course, the producers convinced him to come back. He comes back and he tries to like deflect. I feel like he used the walking away trying to really deflect the things that were being said about him. He didn't want to address that. He didn't want to sit there. But just like the ladies told Gary, this is for us. It's not for you. It's not supposed to make y'all look good. It's to help us decide which guy is going to be the best guy for us. So sit your ass down and shut up. Okay. So then when it gets to Gary gets called out for his girlfriend and basically telling her right before the show started, like a few days or something like that, like, hey, let me go. I got to do this show. Let me go and get this money. I'm going to get right back. Basically, I believe all of it. Y'all know his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend is Lauren from season 2 of Love Island, which is ironic because she also happens to be on The Challenge, which is also another show that I'm reviewing, which is very interesting. I'm like, Lauren, you just making your rounds. So you just around here trying to be famous, honey. So because of that, it leads me to believe that you and Garrett are on the same wave. Okay. Famous by any means necessary. And I feel like I'm going to see Garrett on another show, and I would not be surprised if he shows up on The Challenge in another season. Hello, but let's go ahead and get on. Let's go ahead and move on. So, all in all, I feel like it was a scam and a scheme that Garrett and Lauren set up to come to Sarah with the BS and to snatch our coins. So let's go ahead and move on. Josh. Welcome says that he saw Josh's note that he wrote to Sarah for eliminations when he says his speech. He saw it in his hat. That's all he could come up with. I'm like, okay, it was sincere. Maybe he wasn't going to read all of that. Okay, so y'all ain't got nothing on Josh. Josh has always been a stand-up man. Okay, cool. OG Jared. They called him out for not being in love with Miss Nakia. Nakia gets hella upset. hella upset. Girl, y'all ain't even been on this damn island long enough. You haven't even spent that much time with this man for him to be sitting up here telling you he love you. And he ain't even asked you all the questions that he needs to know about you for him to even say he in love with you any damn way. You clown, you dummy, and you get what you get too, girl. He over there talking about the hundreds of DMs he get. Girl, bye. But when it comes to Mr. Fernando, I was a bit shocked by this because he over there talking about he get plenty hoes over there in LA. I said, girl, which ones? And then when he said, well, I'm a doctor, I got 2 offices. I said, okay, then that explains that, because it's not the physicality. Okay, it may be the body, but it ain't your face. I don't know what kind of tip drill they call that. But yeah, it has to be, like I say, he looks good on paper with him being a doctor or whatever, him having 2 offices. So of course the girls are in his DMs or whatever, girl. It was just a mess. We knew he wasn't gonna last long anyway. We knew he wasn't gonna win. But get down to the final decision, right? CJ chooses New Jerry. The reason why I think she chose New Jerry was because she did not trust Casey with the 100K. I think she thought he was gonna take the 100K and run off on the plug twice. That's why she chose New Jerry. But I guarantee you, probably Casey and CJ are in contact with each other at this very moment. I would not be surprised. Sarah chose Gary out of Josh, somebody that made you feel safe, somebody that gave you security, somebody that you never had to question what was going on with him. The only claim to fame that you had to say was, oh, he's older. And you wonder why you keep getting F-boys? Because you keep going after the same thing. It's always the good guys, okay? That y'all don't want to be with, yet you want a good guy and an F-boy. Girl, goodbye. Good night. So anyway, she chooses Gary and got played, and I'll get to that. Nakia ended up choosing OG Jerry, which we all knew. I was completely 1000% disgusted with her ass. And once again, he's a manipulator. And that right there lets me know that how he acted this season, he enjoys toxicness, and she enjoys it too. So that's what their relationship is going to be built off of, toxic arguments and probably good sex. And that's probably going to be the only thing making her hang around, because I think she thinks there's good sexual tension between the two of them. But as far as love, hell no. She had the audacity to look back at this man and tell him, I'm going to stick beside him, and that she in love. I said, girl, get your ass out of here. Okay, you deserve whatever you get with that cornball. Okay, now what else happened? Sarah, she done chose Garrett, right? When it came down to it, Garrett, what you finna do? You finna take the money, or you finna split it? What you finna do? That man, as we all knew it, and I wanted him to do this to her, I'm not gonna lie, because she should have never went with him to begin with. She had signs on this man every week, damn near every other day, to not pick him, but she still wanted to see the best in him like a dummy. And so when it came down to it, he said, I'm gonna take the $100,000 and I'm gonna end this relationship with you, Miss Sarah. I don't want to be with you. She's standing up there in the middle looking dumb while everybody else coupled up and got their man. She up here looking stupid as hell. So of course I loved how Nikki decided to handle the F-boy situation with the money. She said, you know, I don't feel like F-boys deserve any money. So what we're going to do for you, baby, is we're going to take that $100K and we're going to donate it to whoever Miss Sarah wants the money to go to, but it's not going to go to you. And I was so here for it. But then here go old buddy. Garrett was like, I don't really need the money. I just enjoy playing the game. And at the end of the day, I made it to the end. Girl, yikes. If y'all think that y'all not going to see Garrett on another reality show, you're a fool. Okay. But overall, I will say this season was a cute season. It was a good season. I just wish they did a better job with promoting this show. FBOY Island, I wish they did a better job with promoting this show. And I don't know what other sub companies that HBO owns. Like if you own USA, I think it is. Put the show on USA, or if you have a connection with TBS, put the show on there. This type of show, in my opinion, deserves to be on a network station, not on a damn app where a lot of people are not buying into it or anything like that. Those are my thoughts. That's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.